Hello everyone, welcome back to NPTEL MOOCs Enhancing Soft Skills and Personality. I am Ravichandran from the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, IIT Kanpur. I have been giving you this course now for the past 5 weeks. This is the 5th week and the 4th unit. English Skills 4 is still going on, and we are still in the concept of common errors, and this is the 4th lesson, and on total this will be the 24th lesson overall as far as the course is concerned. In the last class, in the last lesson, you checked your score for 20 commonly confused words and learnt about the correct usage of the following words, how they should be used in appropriate context. Older, elder, sister-in-laws, I am giving the wrong one on the left side and right on the right side, or you can say the first one is usually the wrong one and the second of the pair is the right one. Sister-in-laws, sisters-in-law, correct one. Grown up, grown. Has married with, is married to. Home, house. Now here it depends on the use, whether you are referring to the family with emotional content, then it is home, whether it is just the building, it is house. Lives in, abroad, wrong. Lives abroad, right. Brought up in a joint family is Indianism. You need to say I have been brought up with my extended family. Even in an extended family is not exactly correct. You can say I have been brought up with my extended family. Extended family is what you mean by joint family, but joint family is typical Indianism which you should avoid. Common between us, common. So, between us is redundant, extra, it can be removed. Relations, relationship. Aged, elderly. Aged is indicating slightly negative connotation of weakness, elderly is more decent. Dream to visit, dream of visiting, because dream of is a fixed phrase. Please excuse me only when you have to interfere somebody in the work, otherwise normally minor slips and errors it is I am sorry. Good in, good at, depending on the context you need to use them. Many times when you have to say in terms of number, otherwise it is very often. Last to last is not correct, the year before last is the correct form. Today morning is not right, this morning. After a week, when you want to say in a week's time, didn't had, this past immediately following did form is not correct, it should be always present form, didn't have. And between since, for, since indicates a beginning and that has been continuing for quite some time, for is for a duration of time, and before and ago depending on the context, and we found examples as how you can use them. Now to test your English further, I gave you 20 more commonly misused words, expressions in everyday usage in the previous lesson. Now we look about the corrected usage of those expressions first, and then again I leave you with another 20 commonly misused words and or expressions. Now check your answers. I hope you have noted down all your previous answers and give 1 for the right answer and 0 for the wrong answer, and explanation is given very quickly, briefly, and at the end of it I am going to give you another set of 20 commonly misused words. Now in the previous one, give the correct form of the underlined words. The first one is the wrong one. I passed out in 2014 from my university. Passed out is wrong, because to pass out means to become unconscious, to faint. So those days in the Victorian culture, ladies used to pass out even at the sight of blood. Okay, they were fainting, just they were so delicate and tender. But when you want to say that you graduated, say you graduated, that you completed your degree. I graduated in 2014 from my university. Second one, I couldn't catch my teacher's English at all. Catch is typical North Indian usage, especially the speakers of Hindi, they use this. The correct form for catch is understand. I couldn't understand my teacher's English at all. To use catch in place of understand is to translate directly from the Hindi pakadna. Now this is wrong usage. So this is the problem that happens when you try to literally translate one word, group of words or vocabulary in a language to other language, or the sentence structure or the grammatical pattern in a language into another language. You cannot literally translate, so you have to be very careful. You need to think in that language. If you want to speak English, if you want to correct your English skills, so you need to watch how these native speakers are speaking, and then you need to correct your own speaking style. Third one, I want to learn English to go ahead in my career. Go ahead is wrong usage. The correct usage is to get ahead. Explanation, if you want to progress with your job or studies, you want to get ahead in your job, or you want to get ahead in your career, you want to get ahead in your studies and not go ahead. Let us look at the next one. I hope you are ticking, giving 1 mark for the right answer and 0 for the wrong answer. Fourth one, please write your name on the top of the answer script. Now, this is a common error even committed by most of the teachers, especially when they want the students at the end of the exam or an assignment or a test or a quiz to write the name on the top, but on the top is again wrong expression. You always write at the top of the sheets, at the top of pieces of paper. So, you should not use on. The correct form is please write your name at the top of the answer script. Fifth one, I will call you again in 20 minutes. Again a common error committed typically by Indian speakers. Use call back, not call somebody again. When you want to say you will phone someone later on. Correct form, I will call you back in 20 minutes. So, call you back. Similarly, use of in front of when you actually mean opposite. So, the wrong form is the bus stop is in front of my house, where you can say correctly as the bus stop is opposite my house. So, if there is a bus stop or a theatre or any other landmark on the other side of the building, use opposite, not in front of. The next one is also very important and very commonly misused word, that is climate, when you actually want to say weather. So, when you say the climate in Delhi is quite humid this month, when you are referring to a short period, short location, it is wrong usage. The correct usage is the weather in Delhi is quite humid this month. Climate is used to refer to typical weather conditions over large regions, especially for some long period of time. Example, tropical climate. For local conditions, use weather. So, when you get up and then find that the morning wind is very pleasant and then slightly chill, and then you enjoy the morning wind conditions and the atmospheric conditions, you should not say the climate is very pleasant. You need to say the weather is very pleasant. The climate is beautiful is wrong. The weather is beautiful, the weather is pleasant usually. Okay. So, most of the times when you feel locally and for a short duration, you should not use climate, you should use weather, and we hear people saying for any quick changing weather conditions using the word climate. Okay. So, climate you can remember something for a long period of time in terms of winter, summer, autumn. So, these are long prevailing weather conditions and especially over large regions. So, then you call that as climate. Next one, I am coming from India, wrong usage. You can either say I am from India or I come from India. The reason is when talking about a country, use the simple present and not the present continuous tense. So, simple present is I come from India or I am from India. Present continuous I am coming. So, that is present continuous form, you should not use it. The next one, Nainital is about 6,000 feet over sea level. Now, this is about the use of the word over and above. The correct answer is Nainital is about 6,000 feet above sea level. The explanation, to talk of things that are at higher level, we use above, not over. Okay. Now, the next is also similar example. I put a plastic cover above the sofa is wrong for the same reason that we discussed before. It should be I put a plastic cover over the sofa or on top of the sofa. Now, over or on top of is used when one thing touches or covers another. In 11, the first one that is given is wrong. The earthquake, comma, that shook Latur, comma, was 8.5 on the Richter scale. Now, why that is wrong here, and the correct answer is the earthquake, comma, which shook Latur, comma, was 8.5 on the Richter scale. This is with regard to use of which and that, and the next sentence is also following the same logic. Which and that can both be used to give information in sentences. Which is used in non-defining clauses. That means they do not define, they elaborate, they expand, they give added information, where the extra information is put within commas. So, you can understand normally when which comes, it is either added by a preceding comma or put within two commas, and you try to elaborate, and very often when you remove the thing that comes with which, then also the sentence will make some sense. Look at the next one. The judges gave awards to all poems which showed originality. Now, if you use which and if you go strictly by the rule, if you put a comma after all poems, so the judges gave awards to all poems, like on what basis? So, that basis cannot be separated or elaborated by use of a comma and which. That is appropriate here, and when you say the judges gave awards to all poems that showed originality. Now, that here is used as defining clause, and generally it is used in defining clauses where the extra information is essential to the sentence and is not in commas. Now, 13 is introducing as the term collocation in terms of English usage. What is collocation? Collocation refers to the pairing of particular words by the native speakers. So, the native speakers put two words together, or they somehow decided not by grammatical rules, but by convention or repeated use. They make it a convention that one word will go with the other word or preposition only. There is a word like concomitant. So, it goes normally with to or with. So, you will not have concomitant by, concomitant for. So, that goes by convention, it is a collocation. So, even grammatically you cannot reason out why it is happening like that. Example, we get ready, not become ready. We can never say become ready soon, get ready soon. Similarly, lacks confidence, not lack in confidence. Okay, it just lacks confidence. Next one, where is my belongings is wrong. The correct form is where are my belongings. The reason is some nouns such as premises, belongings, earnings, goods, riches are plural in form and are followed by a plural verb. So, belongings considered plural. So, or the plural form of the verb should be used. 15 is related to use of article. Please give me blue pen. Now, when the person is requesting you to give blue pen, the person is implying give me any blue pen that you have, not specifically asking about a particular one. When any is coming in the sense of asking something, use the article a. So, please give me a blue pen. So, it means like it can be any blue pen, but give me one, and I am not specifying any particular blue pen. If it is a particular pen, then the article the will be used. Example, the blue pen gifted by you got stolen. Now, here the refers to the blue pen that was gifted by a particular person to another particular person, which was actually stolen by somebody. So, here the pen is specified. 16 again with regard to use of articles between choice between a and an. I hope you know that a and an are used based on the pronunciation of the word after them and not their spelling. So, it is generally said that it follows the vowel sounds, okay, which means not the letters. So, here if you look at it, the wrong sentence is he is a honest police officer. The word honest begins with a vowel sound because the sound of the letter H is silent. Therefore, it is pronounced honest and an is used. He is an honest police officer. 17 question form and use of this modal verbs in question form as a request. Will I drop you to the station? Wrong way of asking. It should be, can I drop you to the station? Should I drop you to the station? Shall I drop you to the station? Now, can, could, shall, should and would are all used to offer help. Would you mind be doing this? Okay, when you offer help, but not will. Will is not used when you are offering help. 18. Another interesting confusing word, that is the confusion happens between use of despite and in spite of. The wrong sentence here is, despite of leaving station she had made all the arrangements for the conference. This can be corrected in two ways. One, despite leaving station, or in spite of leaving station she had made all the arrangements for the conference. Both despite and in spite of show contrast, but despite is not followed by of. Should always remember, despite is without of, in spite of has of. The last two ones, I hope you are checking it properly. 19, you can travel on bus to reach Dehradun, you can travel by bus to reach Dehradun is the correct form, on is wrong. Generally, you go by car, by plane, by bus and on foot. So, on is used only before foot, but otherwise by indicates that you are using bus or car or plane as the medium of your transport. The last one, wrong form, you were talking to Rajesh. The right form, were you talking to Rajesh? Explanation, in questions where the answer is a yes or no, begin with the auxiliary verb. Here what is the auxiliary verb? Where plus subject, here it is you, plus main verb talking. Okay. So, remember this. I hope you have checked the answers. Now, quickly make a total and then let us check your score. As in the previous case, if you are 20, you are outstanding. If you have got 18 or 19, excellent score. If it is 15 to 17, very good. If it is 12 to 14, good. 10 to 11 is fair, 8 to 9 is average, 6 to 8 is below average, 4 to 7 is poor and 0 to 3 is very poor. I hope like nobody is even below the range of good. You can share your scores in the forums so that we know where you stand. But as I said, there is always scope for improving, whether you are 0 to 3 very poor or whether you are even if you are 20 outstanding, because I am giving you simple examples, very representative examples, but English is a very vast language which has vocabulary from almost all the languages of the world. So, there is no limit as far as your learning is concerned. Even if you have got 20 and even if you have got a low score, just be humble and work hard and keep improving, be persistent and determined, and your English skills will definitely improve. Let us test your English with the next 20 sentences which are incorrect. The underlined ones are incorrect and you need to give the correct form of the underlined words. First one, the audience has decided the fate of the film. Underlined words, has decided. Second, bread and butter are tasty. Underlined word, are. The milk are sour. Underlined word, are. 4, this sack of rice are spoilt. Underlined word, are. 5, either her mother or my sisters is singing tonight. Underlined word, is. 6th one, he went along with their uncle to buy a new car. Underlined word, there. 7, she, there is a comma, as well as her friend, comma. Now, when it is separated by 2 commas, you can understand it is a parenthetical expression. That means, you can assume it is kept within 2 brackets. Okay. She, as well as her friend, want to visit the flower exhibition. Want is the underlined word. 8, they have received no informations. Informations is the underlined word. 9, politics are not meant for him. Or is the underlined word. 10, the new machineries are yet to be installed. Or again is the underlined word. Let us look at the next 10 sets of incorrect expressions in sentences in terms of testing your English. 11th one, this is a very common one which most of you use and very frequently. He is my cousin brother. Underlined words, cousin brother. 12, this is also a commonly used confused expression. She has a 2000 rupees note. Underlined word, rupees. He leaves his quarter at 8 a.m. Underlined word, quarter. Kanpur, sentence 14, Kanpur is one of highly polluted city in the world. I have underlined 2 sets of words, one of as well as city, because you have to see them together, and then enough clue I have given for you to identify the correct one. 15, similar to the previous one of my students have sung well in this competition. Underlined words, one of and have. 16, I have planted roses at the back side of my house. Underlined words, backside. 17, although he is 80 years old, he does not wear spectacle. Underlined word, spectacle. 18, you will need scissor for cutting this material. Underlined word, scissor. 19, I will need new trouser to go to college. Underlined word, trouser. 20, the last one, her hairs are black and beautiful. Underlined word, hairs. Check your English, test it. Look for doubtful words using the dictionary. You can Google most of the answers, but I would say, like, first look for your spontaneous responses and then check your score and then go for identifying the correct form and be ready for the next video when I discuss this. Let me wind up this with another interesting thought from Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie uses this in terms of becoming a very efficient public speaker. Let us first look at that and then let me try to see how it is related to our discussion about improving your English skills. Quote unquote from Dale Carnegie, your purpose is to make your audience see what you saw, hear, what you heard, feel what you felt. Relevant detail couched in concrete colorful language is the best way to recreate the incident as it happened, to picture it for the audience. Now, Dale Carnegie is trying to tell you how you can impress your audience, whether it is an impromptu speech or a big speech. How can you actually impress them? How can you make your speech very effective? So, the highlighted part here, which is saying by implication, is that your language, word choice is of utmost importance if you want to really cause effectiveness in terms of delivering your speech. So, he says that you need to make your audience, suppose you are reporting something, you are reporting an accident, you are reporting a beautiful scenery, you have to tell them what you saw, what you heard, how you felt during that one. Now, to do that, you need to give the relevant detail in very appropriate words, colorful language. Now, to do that, you need to be precise, you need to exactly know whether you are using the right word or the wrong word. Once you know that you are using the right word, your confidence level will increase, your speech will automatically become fluent as well as effective in terms of communication. So, that is the aim of creating an awareness in terms of common errors and overall to improve your English skills. So, I hope you have purchased the book by Soumya Sharma, Common Errors in English, and as I said, it is easily available in the market as well as on online sources like Amazon or Flipkart. So, you just work out the entire book. So, that will give you a lot of confidence. Confidence is, as I have been telling, whether you are using language to develop it, whether you are stopping, controlling your bad habits and then forming new habits and then developing confidence. So, in whatever way you develop your confidence is going to add up to your personality, it is going to give that extra shine. So, with this thought, let me wish you all the best in all your endeavors, wishing you a very wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching this video. Let me get back to you in the next one, and that will be the last one in terms of English skills. Thanks again.